destination is a parent-led education. You are there as a parent to supervise, even if you can't teach. You know your tutors. And do you know that it's funny enough that most of us don't know that we have even practiced homeschooling unaware. Now, those days that children do, is it jealousy, or something like that, that you take your child, oh, Mr. John knows how to teach very well. Just teach my child in the house. You know him. You are upstairs looking at him, how he's teaching your child, and everything. It's a form of homeschooling because you are there, you're supervising, you are seeing, Mr. John's history and everything, because we always know our neighbors. You know everything about him. And then you are there, you're supervising, you are seeing what is going on, you are seeing what is going right. So I think it's even the best for a girl child, for me, because now homeschooling is not just you being at home. You might be thinking, oh, if she's at home, how will she socialize? That is why homeschooling is resource rich. It's very resourceful and rich. You can experiment with your child. You can take your child out on field trips to clubs. We have art club, we have different kind of clubs out there that are not basically, you can take your child there. If you want to teach your child social studies today, you don't necessarily need to bring a book. You can travel to Ibadan or somewhere where you can get more cultural and solid value. You have more time with your child. There is time. It's flexible. There's flexibility. You have time. Oh, today I'm free today. I can take my child this. And we know that children learn better through experiment and what they see and field trips and all these things. So I feel like if we really even want to preserve our culture, we should really, but meanwhile, like I said, traditional teaching is not still bad. You can say it, but just make sure that you discover the needs of your child and make sure that need is being met. It's for individual needs. If it's being met, if it's homeschooling that will meet it, you can even have a special child that is special, probably. Maybe, okay, I'm going to give a very good example. I once taught a child homeschooling, but she has a skin reaction on her body. So I asked the mom that, wasn't she going to like a normal school before? Mom was like, yes, but anytime she comes, she's moody because people tend to bully her because of her skin and the rest people are talking to her. So she discovered that, okay, probably when she has a teacher teaching her and then she's not there with all those people that are like talking to her every time, making her feel bad, it's to be better. So we tried the homeschooling for like 2-3 months and I discovered that our results are great. The first time I met her, since I've spoken to her, I told her, you are beautiful. I made her feel very comfortable and she felt confident about herself. So when she wants to go play, she plays with her cousin, with her neighbors. These people do not really do anything. They don't say anything to her. And for those 2-3 months that she was at home, she was able to gain. And then she went for exam and she performed better. So it's more of, look at your child and what education and what needs would prevail, which one would strive for your child. And then I think it's right.
Thank you very much for that response. Okay, that says it all. So another thing that came to mind is we know there are usually some kind of educational gap, for children. Some are very fast, some are very slow, some need special teaching to be able to grab it. They are not dumb, nothing is wrong with them. It's just the process. It's just the way someone wants to learn a skill. Is definitely, some persons can just look and they already get it, while some people will have to keep learning and learning. And on some point, there's a video that is always online where a man was probably teaching a young boy how to play football, and the guy just keeps getting it wrong every time in training, and he's just the only person they are probably still teaching how to dribble, and the rest are already scoring goal, playing around the field. And out of frustration of the coach said, you can never make it. Like, you can't make it easier. So there are sometimes it's always like that. Like, even the teacher might even get frustrated if care is not taken. So that is why sometimes there are some special teachers for special kids like that. So my question is, when it comes to such educational gap and difference, trust me, it's a challenge for parents, even if they have to do the homeschooling. How best do you think they can manage situations like this?
Okay. I would like to say this. For our schools, I don't know that I feel like example of that child you gave, that the other students are already gone, they're already gone ahead, they're already scoring goals, it's still learning to. I feel like categorize this is a way measures and ways that this can be done.
Okay, we have
You
a
can
back. Okay, at a point it was frozen. At a point it was frozen.
Yes,
so I
it
don't know
was.
if you could please. Okay, you noticed that. I don't know if you could please start from maybe where you noticed that there was no feedback from the studio. Please continue.
Okay. So I said, we could differentiate them. Now, students, because when you shouldn't, the one that you are teaching dribbling, for instance, and the one that's already scoring groups, they should, I feel like they could be separated. Take all of them at one side, them in their own level, in their own pace, get their own. In fact, you can even be given rewards so that once you move to this level, you are better, you are getting better at this, you move to the next stage. So they can be differentiated. That's another method. Another method is it's possible that what you're teaching your child might not be what he wants. What is his passion? What do you think he likes? What do you think? Because we have many Nigerian parents forcing their children to become medical doctors and they are not even meant, maybe that's not what they're passionate. It's always better when the child is doing what he loves. You shouldn't force it. So if you think that, oh, this method, this what you are teaching this child every time, it's not, and probably that's not what, find out what your child loves. Once he's doing what he loves, I feel he will strive in it. So we should not force things. Though I know most of us will like, this particular profession, there's money now. There is no profession that you can't get money. Once it's what you love, you add your own skills and something special out of it. When you bring your own knowledge and everything, you are going to make it. So another thing is differentiating, rewarding system, reward them, encourage them, get them, put them in places where, okay, you have not gotten to it. People that are dreaming, you are very good at dreaming. This is the side for those that are good at dreaming. Be there. Okay, this is the side for those that are already scoring. They are not, none of them is bad. You can be a very good dribbler and you can still make it. Don't make the child feel bad, differentiate them, make them feel involved and let them have their own side and then be fine. I think that will work. Even educational wise. And for parents who think, oh, I'm struck, my child is not striving in this, it's not striving in this. You can also get someone who is an expert at that. Sometimes, like I said earlier, taking them out to see what probably that thing that they're not good at, what people are achieving in it. Take them out, let them explore, let them see it. You can also talk to your child. But most of our parents are convinced they don't have time for their children. They don't have time to discover what he likes. This is the method. There is no child that is dull. You have not just discovered the method and you need to get that child. No child. Nobody's dull. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Now, there's one other thing I noticed, and in fact, to be honest, it's not just noticing. It has also happened to me in school, and it was a struggle because at that point, it was something. At that point, our parents could not really do anything about it because they were working, and we always just tried to make sure that we cram that particular subject so we could pass. We do not understand the beginning to the end of the subject, but we just needed to pass because we need to make our parents proud. And of course, that subject is chemistry. But eventually, we got a hang of it because I realized that cramming to pass was not the way because I wanted to move further with sciences, of course. So we had to go for normal lessons after school. You stay back, you beg the teacher, you do everything to suit her, and she stays maybe extra hours after the normal lesson. She teaches you. Then after that, we had another extra lesson outside of school where some of us who were really serious with our lives said we must learn this chemistry, this particular subject. So we had to go learn extra. Now, that is because somehow, somewhere, parent talked about it and said, why not you involve yourself? Why not, look for a teacher who's very good in chemistry and teach you people? Because we're always just getting a C. We never got a B, we never got an A. And the highest most people got then was a C. And trust me, that teacher was not even helping. I'm sure my schoolmates, if they are seeing this video, they'll be like, yes, that's very true. Especially for the math, but I had no problem with that. Now, for subjects which are very challenging for children, even for young adults, what do you think is the best way both the student, the teacher, or the principal, or the parents could actually assist to help, overcome this challenge so it does not affect them tomorrow? It's not just about, I know eventually what we are doing right now, it does not even relate to chemistry, but we just need to get our A's in our papers. So what do you think is the best way to go about this?
So, like you said, engaging a private tutor is also very important. And I'll also encourage that if you want to get a private tutor, make sure you're not even getting the private tutor from the school. There are reasons why get a private, because we have a lot of tutoring platforms where you can teach your child, so that you can also see maybe another teacher is teaching your child. There's a difference. No, okay, this is how this person is. Is this working? It's not working. Okay, let me try this. Also, as a parent, like you also said, as a parent, we can come together. You can ask your child who is performing very well in this subject in your class. Oh, it's John. I remember when my mom, I was having issues with literature then. Not like I didn't like stories, but once they asked us to analyze or this, I get tired. I was like, who is striving in this subject in your class? I was like, this girl, but I'm not close to her. Become a friend. Start being a friend. Just be nice to her, be friendly with her. So I became friends with her. And before we know, sometimes she's like, I want to read. You join me. I started joining. And before you know, I even became better at the literature than her at the end of it. So encourage your child. That's why communication is important. Talk to your child. Okay, this is who is better at this field. Engage with this person in class. Oh, probably he needs a private tutor. Get a private tutor for this child. And there's also this thing that you can also do. Also assess your child. Like those days when we used to read rigorously, we set exams for ourselves. Our parents were busy. We set exams for ourselves. All the questions we think are possible, we answer it before we even get to examination. So maybe some children might not be that smart. As a parent, you can do this. It's a synergy. The parents. Okay, you are busy. Get a private tutor that I think is very good. Also, you can also, this cooperative I've also talked about, your neighbor's children. Probably you know that they are good at this subject. He has been coming home with awards. Get them together. Have like a meeting, you and the parents. Everybody comes together. Then also you can, that chemistry issue, let's assume that your neighbor is a medical doctor. You can talk to him that, okay, can I take my child to your hospital? Let me just see how the hospital is. Let me just feel the environment. Let me just talk to a doctor one-on-one. And let the doctor tell him that, oh, chemistry is really important. This is important. Let him have that inspiration. Probably something might therapy him at that point. I also want to encourage teachers not to say all these words to children. Because I had the story of Pastor Kumi too. He said that story that a teacher told him that you are useless. You are laughing, everybody's playing, you are playing, and you don't know anything. I had that, he said it. And now, at the end of the day, he came out with the first class in that mathematics that teacher was insulting. Sometimes this word actually push the children, yes, but sometimes it might not. We don't know. Because that word pushed Pastor Kumuli to go and read his book, and he became serious, and he became the best, and we came out with first class. It can happen, but it's not all. These days now, we have to be emotionally intelligent. So we do not just say this kind of words to children, because children we are having these days are different. And I like I always say, when the child enters your class, the emotion you set will determine if whatever thing you are teaching will be receptive, if it will be retained in his head or not. Once the child starts, there's nothing you are teaching that day that will enter. So we should just learn to control our words, and we should synergize with parents. Parents ask the teacher what's going on, ask the head teacher what's going on with your child. We should be involved. Don't just throw your child for teacher. Your child will be with you longer than if the teacher. The teacher will go and teach another person. So it's synergy, communication. That will help us. Thank you.
Very, very much. Okay, our time is already up, but I still want to ask just one question before we go. And it's not basically a question, is as a professional in this field of education, what is the major thing that you think parents, not even the teachers or the principal, that you think parents should start considering if they need to allow or make sure their child have the best educational choices? And even if they have to toe the line of homeschooling, what is the most important thing parents have to keep in mind?
Okay, I just want them to know that education is not a one-size-fits-all. Education is exploring. You need to explore. And the most important thing is for you to discover the unique need of your child. What is that unique need that it needs for your child? If you can discover that, I think everything will be a stone throw. To be easy for you. So we should know that education is evolving. It's not one size. So if traditional learning doesn't work, try homeschooling, try online, try virtual. All of them have come. They have not come to cancel one another. they have come as choices, as alternative. So the most important is get the unique needs. Know the unique needs of your child so that your child can strive in learning, and let him have the perfect environment for learning. And this will really help children. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much, Falake Shobaya. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, and of course for giving us the best information on how we can actually homeschool our children and at the same time make great choices when it comes to education, both for the girl child and of course the male child. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate your time. For always, responding to our call whenever we call you. We do appreciate you. From all of us at Galaxy TV, we love you and we say thank you. Okay, all right, and that's it from Falake Shobaya. Amazing one from her right there. And of course, we still have time for one more tip. This tip is quite different from the very usual, and this one is tips on crocheting. Yes, I mean crocheting your hair. Do you know you can actually make your hair yourself? Okay, I'm not trying to spoil business for a hairstylist or for those who make hair. I don't know how you can address them. Hairdresser, the hairdresser, the hairstylist. I'm not trying to spoil, but sometimes you can actually do this even for your child, for yourself. I used to do that before, but because there's no time, and I would rather use that time to do something else. So while you're making my hair, I'm probably busy working or I'm doing something else. But for those who still have times in their hand, of course, for students who are schooling and even for secondary school, you can still learn the skills. This is how you can actually make crocheting yourself or make for someone else. Even for the men, nobody said hairstyling is for female only. No, male can also go into that. So let's quickly watch tip on crocheting, and hopefully we have time to play our event for the day because thank God it's Friday. So stay with us. Let's quickly take the tip. We'll be right back.
Tips on crocheting. This protective hairstyle is super easy to do on your own. All you need to do is braid your natural hair and use a crochet latch hook to secure crochet extensions. In just a couple of hours, your stunning new look will be ready to go. These tips would help you. Part 1. Number 1. Wash, condition and moisturize your hair ahead of time. Go through your hair with both clarifying shampoo and moisturizing shampoo, followed by a round of moisturizing conditioner. Once your hair is squeaky clean, use a moisturizing product like mousse or leave-in conditioner to nourish your hair. Although it's totally optional, some people like to do a pre-shampoo treatment with olive or coconut oil before washing their hair. 2. Part your hair into 2 front sections and 1 larger back section. Grab the end of a rat tail comb and split your hair vertically along your part. Using the same comb, part your hair again, guiding it in a horizontal line from one ear to another. Clip up the front 2 sections of your hair so you can focus on the larger back section of hair first. If you have a widow's peak along your hairline, it could be worth parting your hair slightly unevenly. That way, your widow's peak looks like a little more polished. It might help to stretch your natural hair before you start braiding. Number 3. Cornrow the back section of your hair in horizontal lines. Starting along the very bottom of your neck, braid your hair in a horizontal line that's parallel with your shoulders. Once you braid all the way across your neck, braid the hair into a curve and continue working your way to the other side of your head. Keep snaking this braid up along the back of your head until you've used up all the hairs in the back section. It helps to part the back portion of your hair into smaller sections before you start making your horizontal cornrows. Number 4. Secure the end of your braids into the nearby braids with your crochet latch hook. Insert your hook beneath one of the horizontal cornrows near the top of the back section. Slide the braid tail through the latch hook, using the hook to thread the tail through the base braid. Continue waving this tail until it's completely tucked in. This way, Your horizontal braids are completely flat against your head. Weave the tail end of your front braid into your back horizontal braids. Like you did before, use your crochet latch hook to tuck the ends of your front braids into the base braids so all your natural hair is flat. Part 2. Make sure that you are threading each braid tail into different sections of your hair. Otherwise, you will create a disproportionately large lump of hair along the back of your head. Insert the crochet hook through a braid and latch the hair extension. Stick the hook through the bottom of the cornrow, making sure that latch is poking out from the bottom of the hair. Then, fold a small section of your hair extension in half and loop it onto the latch. Pull the loose hair or braid through the cornrows by about 3 in 7.6 centimeter. With the latch closed around the hair extension or loop, pull the hook back under and through the cornrow. Go slowly to avoid snagging your natural hair on the way through. Keep in mind that there may be some resistance if you are crocheting thick, coily or wavy hair extensions. Go slowly to avoid damaging your natural hair or the extensions. Open up the loop of hair with your fingers and pull the ends through. Slide the loop of hair onto your fingertips and set aside the latch hook. Then, slide the loose end of your hair extension through this loop and tug it taut to create a knot. To make your extension extra secure, thread the ends of your extension through the loop twice. If you're crocheting with braid extensions, insert the crochet latch hook into your natural braid and slide the looped end of the braid extension down the base of the crochet latch hook. Then, hook the opposite end of the braid extension in the latch and pull it through the looped end to secure the extension to your scalp. Lastly, move up to the next layer to continue adding extensions. Work your way up the back of your head and transition to the front sections. Use the same crocheting technique on the most of these front sections. Just be sure to space your extensions a little closer together. You don't have to use quite as much synthetic hair as you work your way to the front of your head.
Right, welcome back. Yes, I'll be signing out because our time is already fast spent, but I hope you enjoyed. And do not forget, our guest is Folake Shobayo. She's an educationist, and of course she's worked with several countries to empower women digitally and empower the youth digitally when it comes to education. And of course she is certified. But of course we love this today's topic because the topic is basically about how you can actually homeschool your children or girl child, and how you can actually give them the best educational choices. So if you've missed this, you can go to our YouTube because it's streaming live, and you can go to our Facebook because we are streaming live with Galaxy TV or Galaxy TV Web, and of course Galaxy TV News for YouTube to watch this program live because it's very important and very educational. At this point, I'll draw the curtain. My name is Rose Blossom. Of course, we'll be having news on the hour, and right after that, we'll be having the buzz, which is just the Friday edition. It's entertaining. We're bringing music your way. We're bringing trailers your way, movie trailers, of course, Nigerian movie trailers, and of course some news that has been going on in the entertainment world. So I'll come your way again pretty soon. My name is Rose Blossom. Do have a beautiful day. Bye for now.